Hello students, welcome to MySQL Python Connectivity or Python series. In the previous videos, we have seen how to connect this Python to MySQL and also to insert the data. In this video, let's see how we can display the data from the table to the MySQL and how we can fetch the result from the result set. For displaying the data from the table, you can just execute the select command of MySQL. You can apply where clause, subclauses between, like everything can be applied. And after getting the result set, you can fetch the data. You can extract the data using the fetch function. We have three fetch functions. One is fetchone, fetchall, and fetchmany. Fetch1 returns one record from the result set in the form of tuple or list. If no more records are there to take, it will return none. Then fetchall returns all the records in the form of tuple. Then fetchmany needs an argument. You can supply an argument. It's an integer, and this parameter specifies the number of records to be fetched. And the result will be in the form of tuple. It returns that much records from the result set. And if no records are there to take, it gives an empty tuple. These are the three fetch functions. Now we have a useful property of cursor, that is row count. This row count returns the number of rows retrieved. How many rows we retrieve, that is mentioned by this row count. So using these fetch functions and row count, you can do the programs. Let's see some example programs. Fetch all will be, let's see first. First, I executed this select star from library. I have already created a table called the library with the book number, title, and author's name. I am taking all the records from this library to the result set. This is executed. Data will be ready in the result set. Now, from there, we want to fetch the records. Here, we are using the fetchall. Fetchall takes all the records. And I am using this row count also, and the count is there in count. Then I am displaying the count and also each rows of this data using this for loop. Let's execute this program first. This is the program. As usual, the method steps for creating database connectivity application. First, open this Python, then import the necessary packages, establish the connection. Here I am creating using the table of this database 11CSDB. Now you can check the connection whether it is connected correctly or not using this isConnected method of this connection. If the connection is established correctly, it will return true, otherwise false. Now you can create the cursor instance, then you can execute the query. Here select star from library is executed, and after that using fetchall we are taking all the records from the result set and displaying the count also. Let me execute this program, and after the completion, closing the cursor and the connection. Okay, let me execute this program. See, 8 records displayed here. Let us check with MySQL. See, I have opened the database. There are 8 records here. All the 8 records are displayed here also. Now, let's see the fetch1 function. This fetch1 takes only one record. And here we are just using the row count also. In this case, the row count will be 1, right? Let us check that. Okay, we are displaying the record and the count. Let's execute the program for that. Let me comment this part. So we have executed the query, select star from library, establish the connection, everything is done. Now using fetch1, we are displaying the queries. we are using fetchone, we are retrieving the records from the result set. So the same code I have given here, taking the fetchone, retrieving the one record from the result set, and then row count is also taken, that is displayed. Let me execute this. See, you can see only one book's details here, the first one, ignited minds, and look at the row count also, it is just one. That means only one record fetched. That is the meaning of the row count. Now let us continue our discussion with the fetchmany. Fetchmany, we can give a number argument, that is how many records to be fetched. Here in this case I am giving 4. I want 4 records. Then I am displaying that. Let us execute this program. Let me comment this. Now using fetchmany, let us retrieve the records. So I am taking only 4 records, displaying the count and also the records. Let me execute this one. See, only 4 records. The row count is showing 4 and the first 4 records is shown here. So this way you can use fetch many. So this will be useful when we want only that much records. Now let's proceed with the next discussion, that is we have seen how to fetch the records. Here we are just using select star from library. The entire records we are taking. Suppose we want to filter it. I want only some records and the user is deciding what records I want. That means I am executing, I need the data filtration criteria I need while running the program. That means user is inputting the criteria. Now that means we need to give some parameterized query. Parameterized query can be given using this string template. The string template form is, we can give the formatting string here first, then after the percentage sign we can give some values. Look at this example. In this case I want to see the books of a particular author and which book is decided by the user while running the program. So that is entered to AU and I want to give that AU to the query. So just by where clause you can filter the records, but how we can give the value AU to this query. That is, look at this. Here I am giving a percentage S. Percentage S means it's the placeholder. Placeholder I am giving, and what happens is after this percentage, this is the format string, and after this percentage I am giving AU. AU can't be given like this, so I am making it as a tuple by just enclosing that within brackets and also putting a comma. If this is a tuple with only one element, that is why I put a comma. Otherwise it becomes a string. So to convert that, I am just using this comma here. Now this value of AU will be substituted here. And look at this. I have used a quotes here because AU, author's name, is a string. I need to enclose that within quotes. That is why I am using a quotes here. Now let me execute that program. Okay, connections and everything done. Now let us execute this code. Okay, we have entered author's name, substituted that to the query and executing the query. Here I want to see the books of APJ Abdul Kalam. So I am giving the name Abdul Kalam. Okay, so I am entering that APJ Abdul Kalam. Is there any spelling mistake? Okay, let me oh yeah, here I forgot to yeah, the display part is missing. So let me remove the comment of this part. Here, using this code, I am fetching the data. I want to see the records of that. Let me execute once again. I want the books of APJ Abdul Kalam. Abdul Kalam. Okay. Then see the records of books of APJ Abdul Kalams are displayed here 1, 3 and 7. Ignited Minds, Wings of Fire and India 2020. So that is displayed here. Now let's look at the other variations of this parameterized query. Now, if there is more than one parameter, how we insert that? Simple. We just need to give the values in the tuple. In this case, I am checking whether the books of a particular order and book number greater than a particular value. And here it doesn't mean any sense, but for demonstration purpose I am writing this program. Here BN contains the book number, so that is also included in the tuple here after the percentage. Now let's execute that query also. Let me comment this part and remove this part comment. So we have entered the author's name and also the book number and entered given the string template here, and we are executing the query. The query is in queue and we are executing that. So in this case, let me give the same name, APJ Abdul Kalam, and the book greater than 2. Okay, so there was 3 books of APJ Abdul Kalam, but the first one is not, book number is not greater than 2. That is why 3 and 7 only displayed. So in this way you can add more than one parameter. Now let's see another method for giving the parameterized query. Here I am using a format function also. Template.format, then you can specify the position. Okay, in this case same program I am doing, entering the author's name and the book number, and after that I am, instead of percentages, I am placing a placeholder, this curly braces, curly bracket I am using, 2 placeholders here, and dot format bracket I am giving the list of values AU and BN, and this AU will be substituted in the first placeholder and BN will be substituted in the second placeholder. Let us execute that program. Let me comment this one, and this is that program. Okay, and let's fetch the result. Same program doing it another way using some problem. AU is not defined. Let me check what it is. AU, oh, okay. So sorry, AU and this also need to be removed. Okay, AU and BN we are entering here, and the select query I have given here. So in this case, let me comment this one. 2 methods I have applied here, but let's look at this part. Placeholders and using format AU and BN is given. Let me execute once again. Okay, APJ Abdul Kalam. I am giving the author's name as APJ Abdul Kalam, and the number of books greater than 2. See, the program is working correctly. So using the placeholder like this also we can give the values. Now there is another form also, that is you can give named arguments. See, when we give the placeholder, You can't change this. First you must give AU, then only BN. You can't reverse the position. Otherwise it will be some other data. It will create errors. First the author's name, then the book number. So the solution for that is named argument. You can give in any order. So here the same problem we have done using this format, and here A, U and BN. A placeholder, we have in the placeholder we are giving a variable name also, named argument that we are giving. Here author's name, here A, then book number B, and I am substituting the value AU to A and BN to B. If you are doing in this way, you can reverse the orders also. So using named arguments also we can give the template. Let us execute such a form. This is also working. Now let's do this format, this select command using the named argument. Let select command with the named argument. Here A and B are used as names for the placeholders that can be substituted here. Now after that, fetching the data from the result set. So let's execute that program also. The same APJ Abdul Kalam itself, the name we can give it the same name, so that we don't need to check the table for correction, to double check that. And same book number greater than 2. Some problem here, let me check that. Oh sorry, I forgot to remove the comment here. So let me execute once again. It was in green, that's why I didn't notice that. A PJ Abdul Kalam. It was part of the string 2. See, only 2 books displayed. Earlier I have put as the comment hash was there, but because this is a string, system automatically didn't correct that. So I have removed that, then now it is working. So in this way we can fetch the records. So we have seen how to apply parameters to the arguments in different way. Now that's all about the fetching the data from the result set and displaying that. Fetch one is there, which returns all the records. Fetch all is there to return all the records, and fetch many, you can specifically say 4 records or 5 records need to be written. That means number can be given, and also parameterized query can be given. Simple method is just apply %s, that is given, and the value will be substituted there. And there is format function can be given, and there you can give the placeholder curly braces, or you can give named arguments also. Named parameter also can be given, and that can be substituted there. Then row count property is useful to get the number of rows retrieved. So that's all about fetching the data from the result set and displaying. In the next video, let's see how we can update or delete records of a table in MySQL using Python. Thank you.